It's an experience we've all had. The doors slide open, you step into a small metal box, and suddenly, the rules of normal social interaction simply change. Why do we stare at the floor numbers? Why does conversation stop? And why is it so uncomfortable when a stranger stands too close? Today, we're exploring the fascinating relationship between elevator design and human social dynamics, how these utilitarian boxes have created their own miniature societies with unwritten rules that nearly everyone follows. Elevators create a social environment unlike any other. They force strangers into intimate proximity for brief periods of time, in a space that's both public and private simultaneously. This unusual combination creates what sociologists call forced proximity, a situation where our typical personal space boundaries are compressed, but we're expected to maintain the emotional distance of public life. The average elevator provides roughly 20 square centimeters per person when at full capacity, far less than our usual comfort zone of 1 to 3 meters in normal social interactions. The physical design of elevators profoundly shapes how we behave inside them. Consider these common elements. Control panels are typically placed at the front, giving people a reason to face away from each other, reducing eye contact and the social pressure to engage. Mirrors, originally installed to make spaces feel larger and reduce claustrophobia, inadvertently create a social dilemma. Where do you look when you can accidentally make eye contact with anyone? Security cameras reinforce the feeling of being in a monitored public space, encouraging best behavior even while feeling trapped. The door close button gives passengers the illusion of control in a situation where they have virtually none. Researcher Rebecca Ruzi's studies on elevator behavior revealed distinct gaze patterns. In her research, most people adopted one of 4 main behaviors, either staring at the floor numbers, looking at their phones, watching the door, or examining their shoes. And these behaviors aren't random. They're strategic methods to avoid uncomfortable social interaction while acknowledging the shared space. The floor indicator becomes a socially acceptable focal point that nobody can claim you're staring at inappropriately. When you enter an empty elevator, where do you stand? Most likely at the back, facing the door. As others enter, they follow an unspoken choreography to maximize interpersonal distance. The first person typically takes the back corner. The second person chooses the opposite corner. The third takes the front corner, and so on. This pattern was documented by psychologist Daphne Bavelier, who found that people instinctively distribute themselves to maintain maximum personal space without any verbal communication. Now, the silence of elevators is legendary. Conversation between companions often even pauses when elevator doors close and resumes once they open again. This phenomenon is so consistent that it's been termed elevator science in social psychology. The design contributes to this. Hard surfaces create echoes that make conversations easily overheard, low ceilings amplify sounds, and the lack of background noise eliminates the buffer that normally provides conversational privacy. Some designers are now deliberately addressing these social dynamics. Destination dispatch systems, where you select your floor before entering the elevator, reduce the awkward button dance and the need to reach across others. Some innovative designs include nature sounds, subtle scents, or digital displays showing news or weather to provide conversation starters and distraction. Panoramic glass elevators transform the experience entirely. By providing an external focus point, they reduce the internal social tension and often lead to increased interaction as passengers comment on the view. The psychological impact of elevators goes beyond momentary discomfort. Research shows that cortisol levels, a hormone associated with stress, increase in crowded elevators. Heart rates elevate slightly, and many people hold their breath without even realizing it. These responses are remnants of our evolutionary past. Being in a confined space with strangers, triggered vigilance mechanisms that modern society hasn't fully erased, despite elevators' safety record. So, the next time you step into an elevator, notice your behavior and those around you. This seemingly simple box has created its own microculture with rules and patterns as complex as any social setting. From the way we distribute ourselves in the space to the careful management of eye contact, elevator design has unknowingly shaped a universal social language. These metal boxes don't just transport us physically through buildings, they move us through a unique social universe, all in the span of a short vertical journey. After this very poetical sentence, that's the end of the video. I hope you really liked it. And if you really did, then why not leave a like and definitely come back next week for the next one. See you!